to talk about the QWOD for Sunday, April 26th. Everyone say hi to Megan, who's going to demonstrate all of the movements today. So we're going to kick off our warm-up with a Tabata. We're going to go through it 2 times, so that's 8 minutes of work. You're going to be doing each movement 20 seconds with 10 seconds rest. We're going to go through 8 movements. So the first movement is high knees. So again, driving those knees nice and high. Perfect. You're going to do that for 20 seconds, then rest for 10. Then we're going to go into butt kicks, making sure we drive those heels up close to our butt cheeks on the spot. The third movement is alternating hip opener. So you're going to take your knee and you're going to raise your leg as if you're stepping over a really big fence, really working on getting those hips opened. Then the fourth movement is going to be the lateral skater hop. So you're going to load one leg and jump across laterally, trying to keep the weight in the heels as you land, making sure we have that good bend in our knee to absorb, keeping that chest up as we do it. The fifth movement is a spider walk. If you don't have a lot of space, we can do it stationary. So you're just gonna take your leg and bring it up around the same arm, getting it up as high as possible. To get that extra hip stretch, you can squeeze your glute to drive your hip towards the ground to really get that deep stretch. The fifth movement is mountain climber. So we're going to start in our plank position. We're going to bring our knee directly up towards our arm. If you can't quite get there, that's okay. We're going to take it up as high as possible. You can do it as fast or as slow as you want. Perfect. The next exercise, number 7, is alternating high kicks. So we're going to stand tall like a toy soldier, keeping our legs straight. We're going to kick up to really lengthen out those hamstrings. Perfect. Next, we're going to do alternating quad pulls. So we're just going to grab our ankle and pull our heel up to our bum cheeks, making sure that our knee is pointed directly to the ground and not pointing out sideways. You're going to do a quick pull and alternate legs. So that's 8 exercises. We're going to go through this twice. You're going to be working for 20 seconds, rest for 10, and moving on to the next exercise. All right, so for our WOD today, we are going to be doing a 50, 40, 30, 20, 10 of goblet squats with 50 feet of handstand walking in between each set for time. So to kick it off with our goblet squats, we're gonna, if you have weight at home, a 35-pound dumbbell or a kettlebell, you're gonna use that. If you're like us and you don't have any weight, you're gonna find an object or an implement that you can use and hold in a goblet position. So we're gonna use coffee today and get nice and creative. So in our stance, we're gonna have our feet just wider than hip width with our weight in our heels, holding our object in that goblet position, actively pressing into the object. To kick off the movement, we're gonna start by directing our bum back and down. Perfect. Next thing we want to focus on is making sure that our weight stays in the heel of our foot as we complete the entire rep. And if Megan shows us from the front, we're gonna see her knees tracking over her toes the entire time. Beautiful. So we're gonna kick it off with 50 of those. Then you're gonna go into a 50-foot handstand walk. If you're like us and we don't have a ton of space, scaling options would include 10 wall walks if you have wall space, or 50-foot bear crawl. So Megan's gonna show us a bear crawl, putting weight on our hands and walking ourselves up, trying to get as much weight on the shoulders as possible. Perfect. So you can either do a 50-foot bear crawl. If that's also not an option, maybe you have limited space, we're gonna do 20 inchworms. So Megan is gonna start standing tall, her legs are straight, then she's gonna put her hands on the ground and walk her hands out to a push-up position. Once she's there, she's gonna walk her hands back to her feet and stand tall. That's 1 rep. So the scaling option would be 20 inchworms. All right, so again, it's 4 time of 50 goblet squats, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10 of goblet squats with 50-foot handstand walk in between each set, or the alternative scaling options we just demoed. Enjoy, warriors. Let's get at it on Sunday.